cuida de mim, respira a minha paz.
Olá, boa tarde a todos. Espero estar ao vivo no YouTube e no Facebook. Muito estranho, porque parece que estou, estou aqui sozinha, mas não, pelos vistos estamos ao vivo no Facebook e no YouTube. Muito bem-vindos. Hoje estamos aqui para falar sobre o selo LQT, Leading Quality Trails. Esta sessão vai ser uma conversa em inglês, porque os meus convidados não falam português. Espero que nos consigam acompanhar. Até já. Hello, good afternoon, my dear Liane and Armand. Welcome to Rota Vicentina.
Hello. Hi.
Hola.
Hola. It's really nice to see you. It's been a long time since we met last time. It was in Via Dinarica, Bosnia, last time.
Yeah. Yes, it was so lovely.
It was so nice. It's more than 1 year already passed. Yes. So I'm delighted to have you here and give some light over this LQT project that did so much for Rota Vicentina, and it's such a big part of our project, and our, let's say, partnership has been already very long. And we recently finished the second, this recertification process, and we still didn't have the chance to, complete it. So I hope that today will be the day. Okay, but I think we can maybe have a little chat about what is LQT and what are we talking about. So let me present you to our followers. Liane Jordan, she works for the European Ramblers Association. She works for the German Ramblers Association that is coordinating the Leading Quality Trail project for the European Ramblers Association. And Armand, he is the vice president of European Ramblers Association. He was always very involved also in the French Federation. So these two people are very dear to Rota Vicentina. Please, let us know a bit about your connection with LQT and where are you at this moment, Liane?
Yeah, well, I'm home like everybody at home. Usually I'm traveling all over Europe and I really love it. But now it's nice to stay at home for a while and to have these nice memories about all the good times we had, especially on Rota Vicentina. I really remember when we had the first workshop for this label, this European label, and I remember the nice workshop we had near Odemira, and I remember so nice people, very enthusiastic. Your team, Marta, all the people around you were so convinced about the trail, and this is what I really love, these memories, and I really fell in love with this wonderful place of Portugal, which is made for hiking.
Yes. Well, before giving the word to Armand, let me tell you that just now, an hour ago, we had a live on Instagram. It was exactly about the memories. So we had two dear volunteers hosting people from Rota Vicentina history, and of course Rodolfo and José Granja were there. It was such a beautiful moment. I was all emotional, trying to get fresher, you know, to be here with you. It was, yes, you're right. Such
It was
lovely
amazing. It's
people.
like a family. Yeah.
It's like a family, you're right. Armand, où est vous?
Où es-tu? Voilà.
Où es-tu?
Well, sorry. I do it in English, of course. Yes, I'm in France, in the northeastern part of France called Alsace. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And today we have cold weather. The winter is still here. And but yes, I don't travel like Liane, but she traveled all over Europe all the time. But I have the pleasure to know most of the LQT, of most of them, of the trails, because I visited not all of them, but a lot of them, and I had a great pleasure to visit you in 2016. You know, probably remember.
Of course.
Of course, yes. And I know a lot of LQTs, and it's a real pleasure to see how the people in all these countries are convinced to promote not only the trade but the region, their own region. And it's a real pleasure to meet such people. And I, as vice president, I'm in charge of this sector, of these matters, LQT. Great pleasure to do it with Liane, of course, since 2010, maybe. Yes,
10. Yeah, it started in 2010.
11 years long, and it's a great pleasure. And yes, it's very great pleasure to be with you today for this little ceremony. Of course, unfortunately not in Alentejo, but
yes.
Corona
when you came, we did the first ceremony also, remember?
Yes, yeah, that was a great experience of Portugal.
Yes, well, maybe I would also like to share a bit our story with LQT. So the process started very early, not immediate, but very early when the Rota Vicentina project started. We were already, when we started going to the fairs, we were already checking these certification possibilities, and we understood that yes, Germany was far ahead and very keen on certification labels. There were more than one. And when we met you, we really felt that this was what we needed, exactly what we wanted to do. Just to make it clear, from all Rota Vicentina walking trails, Caminho Histórico, the historical way, is the one that is certificated. It's the one that it's in fact a long distance trail in the official perspective, and the one that we really wanted to promote as so. And it was really about connecting with the European projects that were already doing similar work on one hand, and on the other hand, it was really about this commitment with quality that we had in our minds since the beginning. And we knew the trails were very good. We were very positive about our work, and we felt, okay, for sure we will match their criteria. Let's check it out. And of course, you know, coming from Germany, we were a bit afraid of all the very strict criteria. But when we started studying all the dossiers and all the work that you did to prepare the certification, we were very happy to understand that, okay, it's a bit of work, it's a bit of paperwork, it's a process, but we really felt that it was in fact very aligned with what we also considered as being quality. So it was really nice to you know, put it in the paper and really rationalize a bit about this quality, several criteria. And it's not only about the trails themselves. And this was also a good surprise, because at the time we felt we were a bit opening a way while promoting trails as a touristic offer. Nowadays it's extremely common. At the time it was not that much ago, but it was already something quite new. And at the time already LQT was looking at trails from this perspective, right? You want to talk a bit about this?
Maybe I could add something, because what you say is true, and it's true for all the trails that we have accompanied, the trails all over Europe, because this technical thing, a label is something like a technical thing. It's structuring the quality, it's identifying strengths and also weaknesses. Sometimes you are very convinced that all is perfect along your route, but if you use this tool, this label, then you can really identify where are some little shortcomings, and what can we do, what is realistic, what can we do to improve the trail as much as possible. So in the end, it will be really the best of Europe. That's the idea, to have this family of trails, which are really amazing, unique trails, but trails of high quality, high standard, but also involved with the cultural heritage of the area, including local little things along the route. So all of this is part of this label, to identify the little things, the big things, the big scenery. Because you said Rota Vicentina has the true trail, the two legs, so to say. The fisherman trail is a trail which is in the front line, but the historical trail is so beautiful. It's amazing. You can listen and learn and walk and identify so many nice things along the route. And this is the idea of the certification, to enlighten all of these little things along the route. And I think it was a helpful process also for Rota Vicentina, which was one of the first trails, so to say. You started, I think it was 2015 or something, or 14 with a workshop. So you were one of the pioneers in Southern Europe.
Yes, and it was beautiful to focus so much exactly on the historical way. From the beginning, we knew that the Fisherman's Trail would be a success. I mean, it's actually outstanding. But I agree with you. The historical way has so much layers. It's such a beautiful, really off-beaten track experience with all the atmosphere. I agree. And I would like to also add that at the time when we started, I think it was very quickly that the market responded to Rota Vicentina, even before LQT. I remember that we had amazing response from the Netherlands, and other countries as well, but Germany was not that much, which was a bit surprising. And we discussed that probably the certification thing was a question, because let's say at the time, mainly Portugal was not exactly known for having amazing walking trails. I mean, the country was not a good reference for really quality offer in hiking. And we really felt that this certification would give us the credibility that we needed to work with the German market. And it was amazing that, I don't know, in 6 months, it all changed with this certification, because I mean, it cannot be a coincidence. In 6 months, the German market really responded, and from then on, it's one of our dearest markets, and it's still going. But I would like to say that it was, yes, this was one of the reasons, but the other reason that I mentioned, which is the networking, the learning together with other European projects, this was also really, really interesting. Armand, would you like to talk to us a bit about this, about the group LQT and how European Ramblers Association sees the dynamics of the group within LQT? The micro. Don't forget to turn on your micro.
Sorry. Yes, it's interesting to. I think it's much better if people are working together instead of making it alone, because as you said before, we always can learn from each other, and each trail has a typical story, of course, yes, but the problems we have to solve are quite the same everywhere, and I think it's interesting to work together, and we have the chance that in the last months, thanks to Corona, maybe. Yes, we cannot meet each other physically, but we could organize some meetings, virtually meetings, of course, and we could appreciate I'm sorry, my English is a bit bad. The idea from each country, from the stakeholders, that they could share their experience and knowledge, and maybe as well to learn from the experience of the other people. And we initiated this year quite a new mode of working together, and we have now 4 working groups for different topics, to different themes, and it's working. And I have the pleasure to say that Rota Vicentina is very, very involved in that work, and I would like to thank Irene for, for
our dear Irene,
for her contribution in that work. And yes, we have, as I said, we have common problems with overfrequentation, problems with promotion, problems with Liane, please help me. The third topic is rule of conduct is the first. The second is promotion. The third is, oh yes, the feedback. We would like to read from the users, from the walkers, what they experienced on the trail. And the fourth one is
something like for a database to collect common tools which are useful for all the trails all over Europe. Yeah,
this could be a very good experience for sharing concrete experiences, and it could help every trail to improve their work. It's really interesting. And the European Ramblers Association, of course, is very, very willing to help and to stimulate these coordination.
And the team of Rota Vicentina is really a good team player, so to say. They are always involved from the beginning. You were part of the annual meetings we had, and you now contribute to the working group. So this is really a good spirit.
Yes, we really need it. And just to make it clear what we did besides emails, it was mainly getting together once a year, visiting different member of LQT, and this was really amazing. Would you how because I missed the last one, can you give us a bit of an update? How is LQT group now? It grew a lot in the last times. There we have another Portuguese trail. You want to tell us a bit about how things are at the moment?
Liane, please.
maybe I could tell you just the general overview is that we have 19 certified trails, leading quality trails all over Europe. On the website of the European Ramblers Association, everybody will find them, and the family is growing. This is the good thing about it. It's hard work, like for Rota Vicentina. It takes some time to run through this process, but we are really happy that we had in the last years trails from always known countries like JR22 in the more central part of Portugal. How do you call it? Yeah,
right?
yeah, yes, wonderful. It's the longest leading quality trail we have right now. It has amazingly kilometers of 555. So this is incredible. But we have also some nice new smaller ones like Molsbjergestien. It's in the center of Denmark, in the heart of Denmark. It has only 60 kilometers. It's nice. It's you can see when you walk on the leading quality trails the diversity of Europe. You find so many nice places. I remember my last inspection when we control the trails. I was in Bohemia in Czech Republic, and I walked along the Lusnice hiking trail. And Lusnice is a wonderful river, and it's again a new unknown corner of Europe. And this is like you said, Marta. Many hikers love walking on Madeira or Azores. This is what many people know about hiking in Portugal, for example. But it's much more. And what you have done with your work, you enlightened these new corners. Now you are a well-known hiking trail and a hiking region. But it takes some time to bring these new areas on the stage. And this is what the leading quality trail is about, to bring new corners of Europe to hikers.
Yes, definitely. And I must say that it's really important learning process, because some trails are really strong in one aspect and other trails can be much stronger in a completely different experience. And I think this is really amazing. I remember in the last meeting we had already online, I think, it was.
It was a pity. It was
ago,
online. Yeah, in November.
That I was sharing this challenge that somehow it's an European challenge, if not, maybe European, which is in these years, these kind of projects were really very focused on a bit more senior market. Older people were used to hike, they had their paper maps, and it was really a culture that came from 50 plus, 60 plus. And it's interesting to understand that this is changing. The very young people are finally looking at hiking as a sexy activity. It's cool, it's nice. I will never forget, once I had an Irish journalist here for Travel TV, what's the name? Travel Channel. And we were talking, and he said, that in Ireland, hiking is a very popular date activity. So people, when they meet, let's say in a bar on a Friday, they arrange for a hiking next day on Saturday. It's really beautiful how things are changing, and the new generations are really looking at the trails in a completely different way. When I was 20 years old, no, people were not hiking, especially not at their own countries. If you are traveling to India, Himalaya, whatever, it's always nice, but not in your own country. And I truly believe there is no better way to know any place, but your own country is also very beautiful. And this was also something we were sharing in the last meeting, that everyone in this year, everyone that loves to hike is hiking in their own countries, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's what we all of us realize, how beautiful our home areas are, and especially the younger ones, they really want to discover new places. And now the adventurous places are the places around the corner, and this is beautiful. Yeah, good to know. But the quality needs to be guaranteed also for the younger ones, and I think we now have something for you, Armand.
Yes. Yeah.
The moment we've been waiting for.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I didn't really understand, Liane.
Now I think it's a good time because, like Marta said, we had not the chance to fly to Portugal and to hand over something which is really important for Rota Vicentina.
We are coming to the official part of the ceremony or of the event. Yes, of course. Yes. I would like to say something dear friends, Portuguese, chers amis du Portugal, Alentejo. I'm very pleased with the invitation sent by Rota Vicentina to participate in this nice meeting on the occasion of the renewal of the leading quality trail label. I would have preferred to come back to see you as in 2016, when I discovered your beautiful region of Alentejo and the people I met then. This event is another example of the Rota Vicentina's desire to promote the southwest of Portugal through long-distance hiking. This desire to offer a range of quality services is essential because it corresponds, as you said before, to the expectations of the modern hiker, but also because it brings significant economic benefits to regions crossed. The European Federation or European Ramblers Association, the official title, is proud to contribute to a solidarity-based and sustainable development, but also to promote exchanges, as we said it before, within the leading quality network that Liane and I have the pleasure to lead. At last, I would say congratulations and good luck. We are very happy to accompany you.
Thank you so much. And because we live in a magical world, the certification is already with me. The magics of internet, I will share with our audience our certification, which is exactly here. Yes?
Yeah, so this is the official label. As we talked about before, it's the label. The process is so important, which is behind this label. But to have a stamp and to promote your trail, it's really useful also to have this certificate. As you mentioned before, tour operators, big tour operators, that's what they look for. I remember I had a chat with a tour operator, a German tour operator, and they told me, yeah, well, in some countries, it's if you have hiking trails on an island, it's okay, but if it's not on an island, it's difficult to promote. But if they have a certificate, then it could work, because then the hikers have the guarantee that everything is fine, and like Rota Vicentina is amazing, it's perfect. Yeah, well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. In the name of our team and our partners and our region, we are very happy to have our historical way certified again. Let me check, because I think we have a question from our audience, from Sarah. She's asking either of you if you can tell us a bit the story of how LQT was born. What was the first little story you can share? Do you remember?
Amor, we have to think about the initial request came from Lechweg, which was our first certified trail. It's between Austria and Germany. And they were looking for something new, something that is, highlighting them. They needed some tools to check the quality, but also to have something they can show to the hikers, to the world, that they are a wonderful trail, a special trail, a new trail. And I think this was the initial request. And then it started that we had a working group with people from the European Ramblers Association representing different parts of Europe, from Czech Republic, from Denmark, from France, Germany, Austria, and several other places, so that we were working on this certificate that it's representing whole Europe. Yeah.
And when was that? When did that happen?
In 2011. 10 and 11.
10. Yes, it was the first meeting about creating LQT was in Stuttgart, in Germany, in southern Germany, and at the CMT fair. Yes, and I remember this meeting and it was the beginning of our work. And this work is not finished because it's we are all the time improving our work, but it was the beginning. And the first certification took part in 2012 in spring, if I remember, in Lechtal. It is a wonderful valley in Austria, in northern Austria. And yes, at that time, the president, our former president, Liz Nielsen, took part at this ceremony. And it was a very interesting work. These 2 years working on the label, and Lechweg was our quite so like laboratory, yes, for learning from the people in Lechtal and in the Lech Valley. And they learned from us and we learned from them, and we improved the criteria on the terrain, and it was a really big experience. Yeah, and it is still sharing. A good experience.
It is still, yeah, it is. It will continue, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
Were new people, new regions, new trails. We hope so, because the European Ramblers Association is willing to get at least one LQT in each country. If we have 64 members in Europe in 34 countries. Also, we are missing 15 trails for having.
But now we are talking about ERA, not LQT, right?
No, it's the idea. It's the idea of ERA to invite other countries like Norway or Bulgaria, or
Switzerland.
We have Switzerland. There is a trail. Hopefully this year we can inspect the trail in Switzerland, so that we will have the first leading quality trail in Switzerland. It's the idea to have in each country one quality trail, because it's possible. It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah. But we will see. It's long time work.
It must be the minimum number one in each country.
Okay. Yes. No, we need to travel a lot to know all those beautiful examples. Okay. So very nice to see you again. I would like to just highlight that somehow this moment is particularly emblematic of the event we are organizing, this Semana Day, because it has so much to do with the way we see the region growing in a sustainable way, how much we would like everyone to look at the trails as a whole, that, you know, of course, the Fisherman's Trail is so beautiful, but please give a chance to the historical way and all these little villages that are a bit further back, away from all the touristic movida. Rodolfo was sharing in Instagram just a couple of hours ago a few very beautiful stories with the local people, how much they welcome Rota Vicentina project, and of course the hikers, how much they are happy to have people with whom they can talk and share, and you know, these people are so beautiful. It's not that the coast is not beautiful and the people are not beautiful. It's just another mindset away from tourism. Of course, it's a different mindset. So yes, I think Fisherman's Trail is amazing, but we know how much the historical way is magical. So I leave the invitation for everyone to really enjoy the whole Rota Vicentina and, you know, dive into the magic of the historical way. Would you like to add something before we finish our conversation?
It's difficult to add something, because what you said is the core. It's the core of all of this, that we have this cultural heritage and that we need to keep it, that we need to preserve it. All the little villages, as you say, the local people living there, producing local products. And if you're a visitor from a foreign country, or if you're a local and you're living around the corner, you want to touch it. You want to live in a nice place with all these cultural heritages, and that they are still alive. This is important too. And it's as you said, sustainable tourism that we need. We need no mass tourism. We need sustainable tourism for the future.
Exactly.
Yes, I think it's important to help the people to discover authentic corners of a country, of a region like Alentejo. And it's important to show them, yes, not artificial countries made for tourists, yes, you know, and authentic people, authentic regions, villages, and so on is very important. And maybe it could be more important in the future, because maybe, I hope so, maybe we can learn from the Corona crisis, and to have a focus of authenticity, you know. And I think that could be a good summarizing for our wishes. Yeah.
Yes, well, from my perspective, this event is already a miracle. And yes, I have to admit that Corona crisis also made it possible. So I truly believe we are all, you know, in the right way, but sometimes some not very nice things really push us a bit further and faster. And I have the feeling this just happened here in Rota Vicentina, where things were not exactly very slow anywhere. Anyway, okay, so I think we are reaching our time. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. It was beautiful to have this conversation and be with you, and thank you for the recertification. I know we worked hard, we deserve it. But thank you so much, and hope to see you very soon.
We hope so.
Yeah, we are looking forward. Yeah.
Yes.
See
Okay,
you in
Liane, Armand, au revoir.
Au revoir, Marta.
Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.
Obrigada. Bye-bye.
Obrigado.
Obrigada.
Obrigado.
Ciao. Ciao.
See you next time.